بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بسيدنا ومولانا أبي عبد الله الحسين، وجعلنا الله وإياكم من الطالبين بثأره بين يدي الإمام المنصور المؤيد المهدي من آل محمد. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وعظيمنا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد، اللهم صل وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الغر الميامين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب، اللهم صل على محمد. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. The following is the narration of the final moments of the life of Imam al-Hussein salawatullah wa salamuhu alayh, the Imam who Allah mentions in the Quran when he states Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. The Imam who Allah mentions in the Quran when he states قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا إلا المودة في القربى. The Imam who Allah mentions in the Quran when he states يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول أولي الأمر منكم. The Imam who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran when he states فمن حاجك فيه من بعد ما جاءك من العلم فقل تعالوا ندعو أبناءنا وأبناءكم ونساءنا ونساءكم وأنفسنا وأنفسكم ثم نبتهل فنجعل لعنة الله على الكاذبين. The Imam who Allah mentions in the Quran when he states واعلموا أن ما غنمتم من شيء فأن لله خمسه وللرسول ولذي القربى. The Imam who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran when he states ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. The Imam who Rasul Allah mentioned when he said حسين مني وأنا من حسين أحب الله من أحب حسينا. Hussein is from me and I am from Hussein. Allah loves the one who loves Hussein. The Imam who Rasul Allah mentioned when he said Hassan and Hussein are the Imams of this Ummah, be they sitting or be they standing. The Imam who Rasul Allah mentioned when he said Hassan and Hussein are the masters of the youth of paradise. When Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam returned from burying the 6-month-old baby, he went towards the tents of Aqil, and he found no one in the tents of Aqil. He went towards the tents of Ja'far, and he found no one in the tents of the sons of Ja'far. He went towards the tents of his brothers, but he found nobody in the tents of his brothers. He then went out towards the battlefield in Karbala to gather the bodies of his companions. He then looked towards the bodies of his companions, and he said, Ya abtal as-safa wa ya fursan al-hayja, ma li unadikum fala tasma'un wa ad'ukum fala tujibun wa antum niyamun arjukum tantabihun, فهذه نساء البيت الرسول فقد علاهن من بعدكم النحول، فقوموا عن نومتكم أيها الكرام وادفعوا عن آل الرسول الطغاة اللئام. He said, Ya Habib ibn Madahir, O Muslim bin Awsaja, O Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, O valiant warriors and trusted fighters, why do I call you but you don't answer me? Why do I call you but you don't answer me? Why do I invite you but you don't come towards me? If you are asleep, I beg you wake up. These are the daughters of Rasulullah with no one to protect them. The enemy lines are about to attack them. I urge you to wake up and defend them. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam narrates that my grandfather Imam al-Hussein then held his beard, and he said Allah was angry with the Jews when they made Uzair the son of God, and he was angry with the Christians when they made Jesus the third of the three, and he was angry with the Magians when they took the son as their Lord, and he will be angry with those who kill the son of the daughter of Rasulullah. But I will not answer their call. I will hold my beard covered in blood. Be a witness that this death will be the death of the prophets of Allah. Then he said his famous lines, which all of us reply to him when we say labbaik. Ama min nasirin yansuruna, ama min mughithin yughithu an harami Rasulillah, ama min dhami yadhubbu an harami Rasulillah. Imam al-Hussein called out, is there any helper to help us? Is there any defender to look after us? Is there any supporter to support us? Labbaik Aba Abdullah. لبيك أبا عبد الله لبيك. أما من ناصر ينصرنا، أما من مغيث يغيث عن حرم رسول الله، أما من ذام يذم عن حرم رسول الله. He walked back towards the tents of his woman. When his woman heard him call this, they began to cry and they began to wail, seeing Aba Abdullah alone. Seeing Aba Abdullah alone, they began to cry and they began to wail, seeing Imam al-Hussein alone. Then Imam looked at them and he said, O ladies of Al-Muhammad, O Zainab, O Kulthum, O Sukaina, O Ruqayya, O Rabab, O Layla, all of you remain patient. Allah will support them. Allah will support you and look after you and assist you and avenge what will happen to us. Then at that moment, Imam Zain al-Abidin, who was lying on the ground ill, got up and he said, Father, normally you enter the tent with my uncle Abbas next to you. Yes, you enter the tent with my uncle Abbas. Where is Abbas? Where is Ali al-Akbar? Where is Qasim? Imam al-Hussein looked at him and he said, Oh Zain al-Abidin, your uncle Abbas has died, Ali al-Akbar has died, Qasim has died. At this moment Imam Zain al-Abidin said, give me a stick and give me a sword. They said to him, why do you want a stick and why do you want a sword? He said, I want a stick so I may stand up, and a sword to answer the call of my father when he says, Amam al-Nasir al-Yansuruna. At this moment, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam looked at Imam Zayn al-Abidin. He said to him, Ali, my son, who will be there for the orphans and the destitute and the poor after me? Oh Ali, my son, you are the purest and the most noble of my lineage after me. He then looked at Sayyida Zainab and said, Zainab, if Ali ibn al-Hussein dies, there will be none of al-Muhammad left after us. Then he called out to the ladies. He said, Zainab, Kulthum, Rabab, Layla, Ramla, Ruqayya, Sukaina, come and pledge allegiance to your Imam, Imam Zayn al-Abidin. Then at that moment, Imam al-Hussein turned around and he said, who will give me my horse, so I will now go out to face the enemy? At that moment, Sayyida Zainab jumped and she said, I will give you your horse. Then she looked at him in the eyes and she said, have you ever seen a sister give a horse to her brother on his way to death? He said to her, Zainab, remain calm. I know you don't mean it in that way. He then got ready. He rode his horse. He was leaving and he heard a cry from the tent, Mahlan, Mahlan, ibn Zahra. Wait, wait, O son of Zahra. He turned around and he saw it was Sayyida Zainab calling him. So he got down from his horse and he returned to her. He said, what is it, my dear? She looked towards Medina, towards the grave of her mother Fatima al-Zahra. She said, this is the amana of my mother Fatima al-Zahra, that before she died she told me Aba Abdullah will be alone one day with no one to help him. I want you to kiss him on his neck and to kiss him on his chest. I want you to kiss him on his neck and kiss him on his chest. All of you know why the neck and all of you know why the chest. As for the chest, it's because of the horses of Bani Umayyah. As for the neck, you all know why he gets his on the neck. So she kissed him on the neck and she kissed him on the chest. Then she gave him a shirt. She said, my mother Fatima al-Zahra said to me, give this shirt to Aba Abdullah so it will cover him and protect him. Imam al-Hussein thanked her. He then got back on his horse. He told her to remain patient. He got on his horse. He came towards the opposition and he said, Ana al-Hussein ibn Ali. آليت ألا أنثني أحمي عن عيالات أبي أمضي على دين النبي. He then looked towards Umar bin Sa'ad. He said, oh Umar bin Sa'ad, I ask you for three things. He said to him, what are they? He said, the first thing is please return my ladies back to Medina safely. He said, the second thing is give me some water for I am thirsty. He said, the third thing is fight me one-on-one. Umar bin Sa'ad said, as for your ladies returning safely, I will never give you that. As for giving you water, you can drink from the water of hell. As for fighting one-on-one, then I'll fight you and I'll allow you to fight one-on-one. Imam al-Hussein then looked at the soldiers of Umar bin Sa'ad and he said to them, O soldiers of Umar bin Sa'ad, am I not the grandson of Rasulullah? Am I not the grandson of Khadija al-Kubra? Am I not the grandson of Ali al-Murtada? Am I not the son of Ali al-Murtada? Am I not the son of Fatima al-Zahra? Is Ja'far al-Tayyar not my uncle? Is Hamza not my great uncle? They replied to him, yes, we know, but we want to avenge your father for killing our fathers at Badr and Hunayn. At that moment, Imam al-Hussein got ready to fight. Abdullah bin Ammar ibn al-Yaghuth narrates, Hussein bin Ali, I have never seen a warrior like him in my life. He pierced through every soldier who came towards him. He even went towards the Furat with nobody fighting him. He says Amr bin Zabid was by the Furat with 4,000 soldiers, but all of them ran away when they saw Hussein coming towards the Furat. When Imam al-Hussein reached the Furat, it was the only time he'd be able to drink from the water. Yet he turned around and looked at his horse and he noticed that his horse was thirsty. So he said, how can I drink from the water when my horse is thirsty? He offered water to the horse, but the horse, it's as if it knew that Abu Abdullah was even thirstier. So the horse wouldn't take from the water. Imam al-Hussein again gave the horse, but the horse again wouldn't take. All of a sudden a cry came. Hussein wants to drink from the water while his women are being attacked. Imam al-Hussein left the water, returned back to the tent. Then he realized that the cry was only a lie. He then entered the tent. When he entered the tent, he bid farewell to the ladies one final time. He bid farewell to Zainab. He bid farewell to Layla. He bid farewell to Rabab. He bid farewell to Ramla. Then his daughter Sukaina walked towards him. She said to him, oh father, can't we return back to Medina? He said to her, oh Sukaina, remain patient. Your father has no more supporters. He has now submitted himself to death. He then went back to ride his horse. He heard a call one time, father, father, come off your horse. He said to her, what is it? She said, when Muslim bin Aqil died, you tapped the head of Hamida. She had become an orphan. Oh father, can you tap my head as well? Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless every lover, every tear, every tear. Yeah, oh father, can you tap my head as well? So he tapped the head of Sukaina. Then all of a sudden Umar bin Sa'ad's arrows were showering on the tent. Imam al-Hussein left the tent. He went out to fight. Again he was fighting valiantly. Then all of a sudden one of the army of Umar bin Sa'ad shot an arrow through the forehead of Abu Abdullah. Right through the forehead of Imam al-Hussein. As he was trying to remove the arrow from the forehead, another arrow went into the neck of Imam al-Hussein. Now Imam al-Hussein was just about on his horse. He then fell directly onto the ground. All of a sudden the arrows from the opposition had showered his body. One of the narrations mentions that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam looked like a hedgehog on the ground with the amount of arrows on his body. He tried to turn one way, but he turned into arrows. He tried to turn another, but he turned into arrows. So he decided to lie flat on his back, for he couldn't move any other way. Imam al-Rida says, my grandfather Imam al-Hussein was not killed, he was slaughtered. They asked him, what do you mean? He says, someone who is killed dies straight away, but someone who is slaughtered lies on the ground and waits for his death. Imam al-Hussein was lying on the ground waiting for his death. Shimr bin al-Jawshan turned around. He said, is the man dead or no? They replied to him, we do not know. He said, very well, I will call out that we're going to attack his woman. If he is alive, then he'll try and stand up, but if he's dead, then you'll see no movement. At this moment when Shimr said that, Imam al-Hussein tried to stand up and he called out, O army of Abu Sufyan, if you don't believe in God or the day of judgment, or you have no religion, then at least be free men. Don't be cowards and attack those women. Shimr turned around and he said, the man is right. Do not attack those women, leave them alone. Then at that moment Imam al-Hussein was lying. Umar bin Sa'ad turned around. He turned around and he said, get your arrows ready. Strike Imam al-Hussein. All of a sudden one of the sons or one of the nephews of Imam al-Hussein came out from the tent to support his uncle. Umar bin Sa'ad killed that nephew who was lying by his uncle. The ladies were now waiting. Umar bin Sa'ad could see Abu Abdullah turning one way and the other. Sayyidah Zainab from far away could see Imam al-Hussein lying on the ground. They all came to attack Imam al-Hussein. One of them kicked the helmet of Imam al-Hussein. The helmet opened and the blood began to pour on the beard of Imam al-Hussein. Another of them kicked the waist of Imam al-Hussein. Another of them trampled on the thighs of Imam al-Hussein. One of them said, I came to behead Hussein, but I have never seen that much light shining from someone's face. And when we'd come to behead him, we'd hear the Quran recited from his lips. My Lord, what did I find when I lost you, and what did I lose when I found you? If they cut my body into thousands of pieces, each piece would cry out its love for you. When they tried to come and kill him, his horse tried to defend him. Every time someone would come, the horse would get in the way. Every time someone would attack, the horse would get in the way. Until Umar bin Sa'ad said, go capture that horse. That's the horse of Rasulullah. I want it captured, the horse ran away. And this moment Sayyidah Zainab turned to Umar bin Sa'ad. She said, how dare you do that to the grandson of Rasulullah? Don't you have any respect? Don't you have any honor? Umar bin Sa'ad turned around. He said, finish the man off. That's it, one of you go. Every time one would go, they'd come back. Until Shimr bin al-Jawshan turned. May Allah give you patience. May Allah reward you. Shimr bin al-Jawshan walked towards Imam al-Hussein. Sayyidah Zainab's looking. Sayyidah Zainab sees Shimr. He's coming towards the chest that Rasulullah used to kiss. He's coming towards the neck that Fatima al-Zahra used to. Oh Fatima, this must be difficult for you. Ya Sahib al-Zaman. Ya Sahib al-Zaman. May Allah give you patience. Imam Zain al-Abidin, when he was dying, Imam al-Baqir says that I hugged the chest of my father Zain al-Abidin when he was dying. When I hugged his chest, my father began to cry. I said to him, oh Zain al-Abidin, why do you cry when I hug your chest? He said to me, because when I am dying, you are on my chest. Whereas do you know who sat on the chest of my father, Abu Abdullah? Yes, do you know who sat on the chest of my father, Abu Abdullah? He said I had to see Shimr sitting on the chest of my father and I wasn't able to help him. Shimr sat on the chest, he pulled the neck, he struck the neck 12 times. He struck the neck that Rasulullah kissed 12 times. Imam al-Jawad narrates that when my father Imam al-Radha was dying because of the poison, he says my father Imam al-Radha was lying on a mattress when he was dying. He says that when the poison affected him, he said to us, I beg you, lay me on the ground when I die. They said to him, why do you want to lie on the ground when you die? He said, I want to feel for a moment what Abu Abdullah felt when he lay on the ground. Imam al-Hadi, when he was dying, he said to his family, I beg you, let me die in the burning sun. They said to him, why? He said, I want to feel what Abu Abdullah felt when the sun burnt his body as he lay on the ground. But there's one moment after he is killed, he's lying on the ground, he's now dead. The horse returns back to the tent. Sukaina comes out of the tent. She looks at the horse and she says, oh horse, where is your rider? Oh horse, where is my father? Oh horse, you left with an amana, where is the amana? Back to me. The poet says, Allah asked the angel of death, go take Hussein's soul. When the angel of death reached Imam's body, he wondered, where shall I take the soul from? If I take it from the chest, I've seen the horses trample on that chest. And I want to take it from the neck, but there is no neck there anymore. And if I want to take it from the waist, I see arrows all around the waist. So the angel of death turns to Allah and he says, Ya Allah, I can't take the soul of Hussein. To which Allah replies to the angel of death, only I can take the soul of Abu Abdullah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah bless every one of your tears. Ya Allah, register these tears on the day of judgment, Ya Allah. We, the speaker, all of us are sinners, Ya Allah. It's our tears on the day of judgment. Ya Allah, Fatima al-Zahra, what does she go through on a day like this? I am not worthy to recite the Masa'ib of Abu Abdullah. I am not worthy. Whatever I have given is nothing for Abu Abdullah.
Hussein, 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 Ya 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 Hussein.
Loud and clear, the call of Sayyid al-Shuhada. هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا Can you hear it loud and clear The call of Sayyid al-Shuhada هل من ناصر ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا On this day of Ashura, from that land of Karbala, هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا On this day of Ashura, from that land of Karbala, هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا Can you hear it loud and clear, the call of Sayyid al-Shuhada? هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا On that day of Ashura, from that land of Karbala, هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا Battered and surrounded by the likes of Shimro Mala, هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا Battered and surrounded by the likes of Shimro Mala, هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا Hot and thirsty yet his cry reaches everyone near and far هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا Hot and thirsty yet his cry reaches everyone near and far هل من ناصر ينصرنا 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 There is no Qasim, no Akbar, oh no Muhammad Abdullah There is no Abbas or no Muslim ibn Awsija There is no Qasim, no Akbar, oh no Muhammad Abdullah There is no Abbas or no Muslim ibn Awsija هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا We wish we were there to say لبيك يا ابن رسول الله We wish we could have responded to your call of Ashura We wish we were there to say لبيك يا ابن رسول الله We wish we could have responded to your call of Ashura هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا هل من ناصر ينصرنا 1400 years it's been, still it feels like yesterday. Your Halmin still resonates in the minds of your Shia. 1400 years it's been, still it feels like yesterday. Your Halmin still resonates in the minds of your Shia. We will be your messengers. We will propagate your name. We will spread the light of justice through the power of your flame. We will be your messengers. We will propagate your name. We
We will spread the light of justice through the power of your flame.
We will be your messengers. We will propagate your name. We will spread the light of justice through the power of your flame. We will be your messengers. We will propagate your name. We will spread the light of justice through the power of your flame. But if we want to be this way, if we wish to say labbaik, we must first begin to see. We must first begin to take. But if we want to be this way, if we wish to say labbaik, we must first begin to see. We must first begin to take. Every day as Ashura, every land as Karbala. Kullu yawmin Ashura, kullu ardhin Karbala. Every day as Ashura, every land as Karbala. Kullu yawmin Ashura, kullu ardhin Karbala. Hal min nasir yansurna, 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 hal min nasir yansurna. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.
Ya Abbas, 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 Ya Abbas. Hussein, 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 Hussein. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.